I don't even know where to start, honestly. I've been having it on my mind to vlog for a very long time and kind of just speak about everything that I went through these past couple months because I'm finally getting to like sit down, like I'm finally getting to like, whew. So I wanted to kind of, I don't know, um, express, I guess. Because I know that I'm not the only person in the world who has just experienced what I've experienced. I'm not the only girl who stuck by someone's side and got the short end of the stick, at the end of it all. So I'm hoping I can come on here and relate. I'm hoping I can come on here and, you know, really have heart to heart with other individuals who are struggling with stuff like this, because most people will be embarrassed or they don't want to talk about it. They don't want to share it with their family, especially their friends, because they don't want to be judged. And I feel like that creates a barrier between us all. Like, we are all connected in some way, shape, or form. And when we go through struggles or we go through trials and tribulations and we act like we don't go through them, like, it's it creates disconnect for no reason, So if you can relate to this story time, like, comment, and subscribe. I'm gonna start getting back on YouTube. Definitely gonna start, getting back on my videos about educating on lupus and teaching you guys about what I deal with on a daily basis, how hard life is for me sometimes, because even today, like, every day is long. It's so long. Like, today was extremely long, and it took a very long time for me to get to this point. I can't always just get up and, do what I want. Like, it doesn't always work that way when you got lupus in the way. So, but we're gonna talk about that in another video. Right now, this is story time of my past relationship, my most recent, my last relationship. So here we go. Okay, so it all started in college. I moved out here from Oakland, California. I'm in Atlanta, Georgia right now. And I moved out here with, intentions to go to school. I had never been to school before, like college. Working on my modeling and acting career, because I do that as well. I've been doing that for about 10 years of my life. And to get away from toxic situations. Like, I had a lot of toxic situations going back home. Toxic friendships, toxic relationships with my family, toxic relationships with niggas, like, just toxic around me. And it was really affecting my health. Because, stress is a really big factor. It's bad for everybody, but it's worse for me in my condition. So I moved away with intention to heal. And I came out here, got enrolled into college, and I met this boy. Of course, I'm not going to drop no names. Some of you might know who he is if you put two and two together, and a lot of y'all are smart, so 4. Yeah, we met in college. We started off as cool friends. We were all in the same, like, friend group. We would hang out after class, or whatever. And we just really enjoyed talking to each other. It was company, like, we kept each other company. It was cool, or whatever. But once we kind of mistook company for, like, liking each other, And like we did like each other. Like we could hang out, we smoked together, you know, like we would talk about everything under the sun. Like we could just chill. It was cool. And we took that and ran with it. And that was the biggest mistake that we could have possibly did. And I seen a lot in him that was wrong. And that is my biggest problem. That's why I always end up in these situations, because I always think, oh, well, I see that you're going through this. And I know I can show you different than what you're used to seeing. Like, I know I can show you different than what your family may have lacked to give you. And that is not my problem. And it took me all of this to realize that, like, this is not the first rodeo where I was dealing with a dude and I seen that they were lacking in some way. And I felt like I could replenish them and save the day and be the woman of their dreams, and, you know, and I always get slapped in the face, even literally in some cases. In this instance, I seen his trauma. It was pouring out like an open wound, like gushing. And here I go trying to patch things up for a nigga I don't even know. Like, I just, you know, vented to you a couple nights, you vented to me a couple nights. You told me how you wanted to help me with my lupus. I told you how I wanted to help you with your family problems. Whatever. And it went from there. And when I tell you, y'all, that it went extremely downhill, extremely fast. Like, I ain't gonna get into all the details because I really don't want to talk about it. I really don't. But just know that this man, you know, had me in a degrading situation. Let's just put it like that. I was in a very degrading situation messing with him because of his mindset. You know, like, he was used to kind of a lower standard of living because that's what his family comes from, or like how his family operates, or like, you know, like they're used to living like that. So when I came around, I was looking like, you know, like, I try not to judge or whatever, but like, you know. And he was okay with me changing my standards for him. Like, he was okay with me kind of stooping my level down to live the way he lived and accept the things that he accepted. And after a while, I started to get to a point like, bro, like, my mindset is not on this level. Like, you are very, very, very accustomed and comfortable with settling for less for yourself. And I don't understand why. No one has ever reminded you that you had a backbone, or that you could pump out your chest and say what you need, like, or go get what you need. You know, like, that was just not in his character. And it was bothering me after a while because I started to realize, well, if you can't do it for yourself, you damn sure ain't gonna be able to pump out your chest for me. So, but yeah, we stayed together for like almost a whole year. Like, we almost made it to our quote unquote anniversary. And things started to crumble by Christmas time of last year. We started dating March of 2022. And we broke up February 6th of this year. And since December, things were dead. And I don't know whether I need to blame myself or blame him for just continuing, you know, just letting it keep going on and on and on and on and on. But that's just me. Like, that's just what I do. Like, I am going to try to make things work with the person that I'm with. Like, if I could see myself having a future with you, which I did, I could, you know, then of course I'm going to try to make things work. I'm not just going to be like, yeah, It's just not in me. I'm not the type of female. Like, I try. I'm that type of female now because, yeah, y'all ain't getting all that from me no more. But that's what my mindset was. I just was like, if we're together, we're going to try to stick this out. Period. Because you're a human and you deserve for somebody to try for you. Just like I'm human and I deserve somebody to try for me. Well, lo and behold, it ended up blowing up. There was a lot of violence in our relationship. Now, I personally didn't get touched in any way. But he had a really frequent habit of self-harm. He would have these moments of rage where he would start to punch himself in the face or like bang his head on the wall until he would bleed. I didn't have this man jump out of my moving car before. Almost broke his ribs in half. Like, I didn't even have this man attempt suicide because I told him I was going to leave him. And this was before December. This was like maybe November or the end of October, maybe. We had just moved into our place together. And I personally feel like that was unfair. It was extremely unfair. Like, I ended up staying. I ended up trying to help him through his problems. And now looking back, I'm just like, bro, like, why would you, like, go on somewhere with that? Like, I don't understand. So I stayed with him. And ever since then, like, my love started to just kind of deplete, slowly depleted. And he kept having these outbursts. And I'm just like, you can't be doing this. Like, you deserve better for yourself. Again, back to the whole self-worth situation. Like, you beat on yourself. Why are you beating on yourself? And I'm not judging. I'm not. I promise you. I understand that this is something that people struggle with. I understand. And I'm praying for you. If you're out there and you're watching this and you hear me talking about this situation and you can relate to him and you have had similar situations, I am praying for you because you deserve better. You deserve so much better than to be treating yourself like that. And I just hope one day you come to the conclusion that you're worth more than the violence that you inflict upon yourself. So once December came, it got like awkward. It got real awkward. Christmas was awkward. It was weird buying each other gifts. Like, we bought each other stuff, but it was just like opening them was kind of just like, it wasn't jolly. It wasn't merry. It wasn't fun. We just bought each other stuff because we knew we were in a relationship, not because we felt like we were in a relationship, like we were on the same page. It didn't. So January came and it was still really rocky, but we were kind of just trying to push through it. We was arguing about a lot. We wouldn't see eye to eye about a lot. And at this point, he always annoyed me. I ain't gonna lie. Like, he always had this like trait of him was just like, everything you do gets on my nerves. And then I started to realize, okay, you are not the one for me because you get on my last nerve. Everything you do is annoying because, first of all, why are you not using your brain? First of all, why I gotta think for the both of us? First of all, why do I feel like your mama and not your girlfriend? Like, I started to see these red flags and I'm just like, oh, okay. But again, I'm trying to let a nigga show his true potential and like, no. So January comes and by this time he's on my last nerve. I'm like, okay, you get on my nerve. You don't have no car. I gotta take you to work. Like, I gotta wake up earlier than I already do to get you to work and come pick you up. And that's just one thing I just do not like personally. Like, I do not like when somebody got to text my phone and tell me when they're ready to go, or text my phone and question me about how long it's going to take me to get to them. Like, excuse me? Like, after a while, I started getting on my nerves. I'm like, I just can't do it. Like, me personally, I just cannot do it. Like, do not text my phone and question me about how fast or slow I'm driving my car to get to you. I would suggest you wait patiently, sit on a bench, listen to the birds chirp until I get there. Period. I don't understand. Don't question me about what time I'm gonna get there. You can send me an I'm ready text, cool. But after that, don't keep texting me. No. So, yeah, I'm getting annoyed by that. I'm getting annoyed because, like, this nigga just want to eat everything I don't want to eat. Like, and that's the crazy thing, because eating was really our love language. Like, we really, like, connected over food. We would eat together all the time. Like, even when we was having, like, arguments, even when we was having disagreements or things were awkward, we could always go get some food together and just be chilling. Mm-hmm. But it got to the point where it was like, okay, I don't want to eat this. You're being really impulsive right now. You're trying to just kind of continue to feed your flesh. That's what I got a lot of. He continued to feed his flesh. Like, he could not go without smoking morning, noon, and night. He had to smoke before we went to work. He had to smoke as soon as we got off work. He had to smoke before we went to bed. Like, just constantly rolling up. And what sucks is, when I told him I needed to stop smoking because I was, like, flaring up in my chest because I have heart problems, he ain't stopped. He did not stop. He kept on smoking and still was offering if I wanted to smoke. And if I didn't hit it, then I just didn't hit it. He was still gonna smoke. But when he ended up on probation and couldn't smoke, guess who stopped smoking with him? Guess who, like, after going back to it, went and stopped again for him? And when I seen that, I was just like, okay, for sure. Like, he always had this, like, selfish trait to him. Like, he always just, if I give him an inch, he gonna take a mile. If I tell him that he can have a bite of my food, he gonna eat more than half of it. And then I'm like, excuse me? Who paid for this food? Like, what? Or with the blunt, you know? Like, he would camp all the time. Just real greedy. Very, very greedy. And it sucks because me, being the generous individual that I am, I shared. I always thought of him, always. Like, I think of everybody. Honestly, I think of people. I consider, I take into consideration, I take into account other people and their presence outside of my own. And I did not receive that in that relationship. So, yeah, that was getting on my nerves. And I'm not even gonna get into it with his family, okay? Like, cause that was a whole different situation. Like, once I started to see who they was, I'm like, okay, yeah, now I see why you is the way you is, because look at what you came from. And no judgment to them or whatever, but yeah, they are just not my cup of tea. I'm sorry. Like, I need to be at peace when I'm around you, and your family. Like, you gotta know your daddy. Your daddy gotta be well off. I don't mean well off like money wise. I mean well off like you standing on your own 2 feet. You have created a foundation for yourself and your family. You are a hardworking man. Prayerfully, you're God-fearing. Like, fundamental attributes. I would pray that the man that I end up falling in love with, his father has. And people don't take this into account enough, that, like, your father matters. Whether you're a man or a woman, your father's role in your life is the biggest role. It's bigger than your mama role. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, yeah, your mom's important, but when your dad's not present, and I know because my dad is in and out in my life, and it bothers me. It bothers me. It affects me in some way. So when your father is present but he's not present, or he's present but he can't provide, and he's never provided, because he can barely provide for himself, and then it becomes a situation where you're providing for him and you're the dad and not the son, it affects who you become in life. It really does. So I was dealing with a lot of that too. And I'm just sitting here looking at these people like, wow, y'all are a true circus. Like, what did I get myself into? What did I get myself into? And I'm not making this video to bash him. I'm not. I just feel like if we touch on it more often, we can address it more often. You know, like physically address it, like, okay, these are the signs. Okay, oh, that sounds really familiar. Maybe we should go consider getting checked out, or like maybe we should go consider doing this, that, and the third, like to better ourselves moving forward. So you're not just dealing with this man who's just like an eruption waiting to happen. Because that's exactly what happened to me. This man erupted literally like on the randomest Saturday night. I was at work all day and I come home and this man is laying in a bed with an attitude. I'm like, what's up? Like, I'm trying to, even though he's still getting on my nerves, I'm trying to bypass that. Like, hey, yo, I miss you. Like, what's up? Like, let's talk. Like, and he just, I'm like, okay, for sure. So then when he turned around, now he wants some attention. And I'm like, well, I ain't tripping off you no more. And he spazzed, y'all. When I tell you he spazzed, I'm talking about spazzed. I'm talking about he flipped the mattress. I'm talking about he broke the vases and knocked over the flowers. He then took the water bottles and threw the water all over the walls. I'm telling you, he done busted the door open and left a hole in the wall. I'm telling you, he spazzed. And left. Literally left. He packed up all his stuff in some sheet. Took the sheets off the bed because he said he paid for it. Which is probably the only thing in that damn house that he did pay for was the bed set. And we went half on that. But anyways, he took the sheets, he took the blankets, he took the pillowcases. And I told him, what else can you take? What more can you grab that truly belongs to you? Because you done broke everything you done got me for Christmas. But everything I got you for Christmas, oh, you keeping, right? Yeah, because you need it way more than I do. And it sucks. It really does suck that you had to go outside like this, like for real. You could have done so much better. We could have talked about it. We could have really talked about it. But that wasn't in his agenda. Like, he had to like act out. And he always was like that. He was steady acting out. Always having some type of outburst, always like having some type of rage situation. And I'm out on my balcony. I'm just waiting for these people walking past to shut up. Yeah, y'all, it's been a crazy last couple of months. I ain't gonna lie. Since February 6th, my life has been a complete roller coaster. I immediately moved out of that house because I didn't feel comfortable there no more after he done flipped it and trashed it and did what he did. And I didn't know if he was gonna come back because even though he said he wasn't coming back, he took the key with him. Which I thought was ridiculous. Like, oh my gosh, why would you take the key if you said you're not coming back? Nope, I ain't staying here. So I moved in with a family member. Thank you so much to them for just sheltering me in that moment because it was a very abrupt situation. I stayed with them until I found my own place. And in the midst of all of that, I had got a restraining order against him. So I was in and out of court. I had to handle the rest of the lease. I had to pay last month's rent. I had to pay the gas bill that was left. I had to pay the water bill. I had to pay any of the bills. I had to pay for the hole that he put in the wall. I had to pay for whatever grass they say wasn't cut. I had to pay for the trash that he left on the side of the house. I had to fix it. because he left me with literally nothing. Like, he just left. He just abandoned the situation, which is extremely corny. Like, you didn't have to go out that sad. But you know what? It's okay. I got through it. I promise you. Like, that's why I'm here. That's why I'm here right now, is to explain to you guys how amazing Jesus is. That's why I'm making this video. This video is not to bash this man. This video is not to talk bad about him. I'm just expressing what I went through. Like, this is literally what I was experiencing, what I was dealing with, and what I came out of. This is my testimony, because when I tell y'all that Jesus got me through every single day, it was hard. And it was a lot on my body physically. Like, it was stressful, because I was, every single day after work, I had something to do. And when you wake up, when you got to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning to get to work, you know, like, and you getting home at 9, 10 o'clock at night, that just wasn't enough rest for me, honestly. Like, it was hard. Because I constantly had something to do after work. Like, I had to go to the house and clean it. I had to clean the house out by myself. I did have a little bit of help. Shout out to Big Mike. Shout out to my Uncle Roderick. You feel me? Like, y'all helped me with the things I needed help with, because some things were too big for me to do. But majority of it, yeah, I was in there by myself. I got that house back to where it was, back to rent ready by myself. And I could cry right now, because it was hard. It was hard doing a lot of that stuff by myself. Like, it was annoying mentally, because I was dealing with these landlords who had no sympathy for me, for real. Whether I had a TPO or not, like, whether I had a restraining order in place or not, they did not care. Like, they just wasn't working with me, you know? Physically, like I said, just doing a lot of ripping and running and not getting proper rest. From February to now, you know, like, it was a process. Financially, it was so much pressure. Like, I'm still dealing with stuff financially, but God has gotten me through it. God has gotten me through it. He got me through every single day. And that's why I'm here right now, to tell y'all that I am a living testimony of that. Like, I overcame that situation, and it wouldn't have been without the Lord. I promise you, it wouldn't have been. If I was just trying to do it by myself, if I was trying to just act out of rage, if I was trying to get revenge, any of that, like, I would not have gotten as far, nearly as far. So I'm here thanking Christ right now, because he knew that I just wanted peace. I just wanted peace so bad, like, and I was disrupted. And I know I have to take a lot of that blame, because I allowed it. Like, I allowed this to happen. I allowed this relationship to go on. I allowed, you know, and it got to a point where it was like, okay, maybe it's just easier to keep you around, you know, because we paying bills together, we doing this, we doing that. And when the lease come up, then maybe we can make a decision. But he couldn't even make it that far. So it got to a point where it was just like, okay, now I'm forced to get out of this, which is okay. It's totally okay. I don't regret it. You know, I'm not heartbroken. I wasn't heartbroken when he left. You know, you want to go? Go. I'm not going to chase you. I'm not coming after you. I'm not trying to change your mind. Please leave. If you want, especially if you want to leave like this, you want to disrespect me before you go, you want to cuss me out, you want to slander my family, you want to cuss out my mama, cuss out my little sisters, cuss out my grandma. You know, you want to bring up my past and try to call me a hoe for things that I may have done in the past, like, when you truly don't even know my full past. Like, you talking off a little slither of whatever I decided to tell you. You feel me? And I never judged you for anything that you done did, anything that you done been through, you know? You had the nerve to exit like that? So disrespectful and just nasty. Just foul. You know? Not manly. Not manly at all. So I will never have respect for him moving forward. Like, I respect you as a human. Like, you deserve to live. You know, you deserve to have a place on this earth and all. But respect you as a man, you will never receive that from me moving forward. But I'm gonna continue to pray for you. You know, like whatever. But yeah, guys, this video is like an intro. It really is. Like, this is an intro to my new chapter. This is an intro to my new beginning. This is an intro to, you know, what God has for me now. Like, I'm so excited to step into this, and I'm excited to bring you guys on this journey with me. I'm excited to teach y'all and educate y'all about lupus. I'm excited to start vlogging more and just bring y'all into my life and what I got going on, and like just my everyday struggles, my everyday battles, and my everyday victories. Every day is a victory for me. It is so hard to do literally anything. Like, you name it, it's hard for me to do. Just because of my body and how like resistant it is. It'd be against me in a lot of ways. But that's okay. I promise you it's okay, because Jesus is real and Jesus is here with me, and he's been with me this whole entire time. And he gonna stay with me. So I'm excited. And I hope y'all are excited with me, because I got so much I want to do. I got so much that I want to accomplish. And I have so many people that I want to help. And I'm hopefully starting with this video, I'm helping somebody. I hope somebody hears my testimony and it kind of clicks in their head about their next move in life. And if peace is calling you, girl or guy, and the situation you're in is not like aligning with that peace, maybe reevaluate and save yourself some trouble. Because I could have saved myself a lot of trouble. And I didn't, but it's okay. Everything happens for a reason. And like I mentioned, God was with me every single day of that relationship, and he's with me now. So, yeah, just stay tuned. I'm definitely going to be more active and have more videos coming for you guys. Thank you for taking the time to listen to what I had to say today. I just wanted to get some things off my chest so I can move forward. I honestly thought I was gonna cry in this video, just because I got a lot built up right now. But God is good. God is really good. So I'm getting ready to get ready for bed because I got work in the morning. So yeah, thank you again, and God bless. And yeah, just don't fold during the test, for real. I'll talk to y'all soon.